Good morning everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Wednesday the 1st of January 2025 and today it is the shortest away game of the season so far, but it is quite simply a massive game. It is York City versus Gateshead in the National League. So I'm in York and this is a massive game this afternoon. York are going into it in second place in the National League table. It's been a hell of a turnaround by them. Of course, last season and the season before they went into the final game of each season and not being mathematically safe from relegation. So to say that now they're in the thick of a title race, only lost once at home all season. Yeah, I've just got to tip a hat to them. I think last season their problem was they probably had a bit too many players on the books. They never had a settled squad or anything like that, whereas this year they seem to know what the best team is. They've strengthened in all the areas that they perhaps needed to, and yeah, so far they are reaping the rewards of that. But we're coming into this game in fourth place in the National League table, and it has to be said in very good form, very good goal scoring form as well, although we have been dealt a bit of a blow this morning because Owen Hosseini has left the club and has joined Scottish Premiership side St Mirren. Like the simple fact of the matter with Gateshead is we are always going to be in that kind of place on the football food chain where players will come in, will do well, because I think the club does deserve tremendous credit for how much we have developed certain players over the last few years. But ultimately, when you are where we are financially and like positionally as well, like unfortunately, like clubs with a bit more financial power will come in for your better players. But I can see why St Mirren have gone in for him. Obviously they did need a replacement for Kevin Van Veen, so it's frustrating, but I do trust Magnay to get a suitable replacement in, and we do know that there is options out there, whether that be bringing in someone permanently or delving into the loan market. We'll just obviously find out in due course, but yeah, this a win in this game, while it wouldn't be season defining, it would be a real statement victory from us. I think it's important to remember that after this game today there is still a lot of football still to be played, still a good half a season or so, and yeah, some massive games still to come. Obviously look at it for us after today, you know, we've still got to play Oldham and York at the international stadium. Still got to go to Barnet and Forest Green, but the fact that we are involved in a game such as this is a huge testament to where we are just now, and the fact that, you know, York fans are taking this game so seriously, taking us so seriously. It's going to be a sellout home crowd at the LNR Community Stadium today, so we're expecting a really good atmosphere. I know they might mock our numbers a little bit, but we'll make as much noise as we possibly can. I think we'll obviously add to what should be an overall good occasion. I just hope, obviously, that we're on the right end of the result. I think I'd certainly take a point in this game today, I must say. I think any team that comes to the LNER and leaves with a win or a draw will have done so by playing very, very well, and it goes without saying we're going to have to be at our best today, and possibly even hope that York maybe aren't quite at it. It's an interesting thing about like, will York be a bit fresher because obviously their game on Boxing Day was postponed, but then again you could argue that our match fitness levels might be a little bit higher. It is a big game, and we have played in plenty of those over the last couple of years, which might be something that works in our favour a little bit. Say the fact we know how to handle these kinds of occasions, but all the same, it's important to remember if we do get beat today, then not to get too down about it. We're still in a great position, still a lot of football still to be played. Like everyone's going to cut each other's throats at some point or another throughout the season, but got to say I'm looking forward to this game this afternoon. It should be a great all-round advert for the National League. So let's head on down to the LNER Community Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So the teams are all warming up. York are getting ready in the distance. Going to be in the red shirts and dark blue shorts, and Gateshead are getting ready just in front of us. Can't say for sure what colours we're going to be in. Will it be the white and black home strip, or will it be the all black third strip? Anyway, we'll find out when the players are coming out the tunnel and ready to start the match. It's a threat, we can't let him in behind us like that.
Half-time at the LNER Community Stadium, it's York City 1, Gateshead 0. Coming up, we have the Minstermen.
Half-time York City 1, Gateshead 0. I think this is ultimately coming down to the fact York just look a bit tactically smarter to the game than us. It is two sides that are playing a very similar style, but York are just doing pretty much everything that little bit better than us. They just seem a yard or two quicker to pretty much everything. I mean, we started the game okay, we finished the first half okay, but yeah, I think one thing that is worrying me a little bit is that it feels as though the Ollie Pearce is getting on the back of us a little bit too easily. I mean, so far in this game he has been relatively quiet, but as we all know, it can just maybe take him one good opportunity, then you're in massive trouble. But yeah, what's really frustrating for me is that Harrison Mail hasn't really had a meaningful save to make. In fact, only had one save to make, where we towards the end of the half, where we totally cut them open, which in fairness is a very difficult thing to do against York, given how well structured they have been defensively so far this season. But we just didn't really make the most of the shot. But I mean, the fact we are still in the game is important. We're nearly the amount of space they had when it went down their right hand side and they played it across them. It was an absolutely brilliant save from Mason, but we should not have been allowing them that much space down the flanks. But luckily Mason made a save. Bellowin cleared his lines, so the game's not lost for us. But yeah, so far York have just been probably that little bit better than us, and that is what it's come down to. Same as last year, this. That was his chance. And 9 times out of 10 that goes in the back of the net.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes additional time. 5 minutes. Thank you for support this afternoon. Today's 50-50 cash draw. Lucky winning tails, you claim her prizes from outside the club office right now.
Full-time York City 1, Gateshead 0, similar to the Forest Green game back in September really. Frustrated by the result, but definitely not disheartened by the overall performance this afternoon, because I thought for the most part we're actually pretty decent today. We were just a little bit rash in front of goal above all else, and I think as is the consensus on if you look around social media just now, hopefully the situation regarding getting a new forward in will be sorted sooner rather than later. I mean, I'm not going to go for Joe Van Malcolm like one or two are, because hopefully in time, with a bit more game time, like he will maybe start to kick on a little bit more, but we do live in a real world, and I think it does go without saying we do need another forward in as soon as we possibly can, really. I know the one or two supporters, including myself, have got a couple of names in mind as to who we might like that forward to be. I'm not gonna name names here, but hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted reasonably soon. As for York, I think in perhaps a little bit of a different way today, I think we probably saw why they are where they are in the table. I'm sure York fans won't mind me saying that they've probably had better performances throughout the course of the season, but they stayed resolute throughout the course of the game, and I think their fans know that they are in a game today, and that is sort of something that I wanted from this game today. It was just one of them. Sometimes, with the way the game went, sometimes you're on the right end of the result, sometimes you're not, and unfortunately for us, we were on the wrong end of the scoreline today, and that is obviously down to like a little bit of messiness from us when that corner came in. We know how dangerous York can be from set pieces. Look at their game against Southend recently; all the goals came as a result of a corner, but there was a good performance in our team today. I thought Liam Humbles had an excellent game. I thought Terrell Newton was very good. Don't know why we took Terrell Newton off, to be honest, because when we were creating things, a lot of it was happening through him. I thought Josh Williams had a very good game this afternoon, but while we could have got a point, and if we had have got a point, I don't think it would have been undeserved or anything like that. It also has to be said, there's one or two that we maybe got away with, particularly in the second half. Akinyemi had one that flashed wide. Linnell John Lewis was clean for own goal, but just couldn't keep any composure. It was the same with Ollie Pearce towards the end of the game, which is a little bit unorthodox for him, because when he got it under control, and it was an absolutely beautiful touch, I must say that you were thinking he was going to wrap up the game there and then, but he dragged his shot wide. But obviously, we had maybe towards the end of the first half and into the start of the second half, it looked as though we were in the ascendancy, and you felt as though a goal might have come, but I think from maybe the 60th to 65th minute right through to the end of the game, York managed to contain us quite well, but I think to a degree we also showed today why we're right up there and competing, and I don't think we've got anything to fear from any of the sides when we come to play them. I think we can beat Oldham at the International Stadium. I think we can beat York at the International Stadium. If we play to our strengths, there could be results in it for us against Barnet and against Forest Green. There's still a lot of points to play for, and obviously all the teams up there have got to play against each other again. Oldham have got to play against York twice, and obviously throughout the course of the second half of the season, there is going to be times when those sides do slip up against other opposition. It looks as though Callum Whelan's going to be away. Obviously, he wasn't even in the squad today, but I'm perhaps less worried about the midfield aspect based on what I saw there today. I do think there is still a decent amount of quality in that area of the field. I just think, ultimately today we're lacking a bit of cutting edge in the final third. Would Owen Aseni have made the difference? We don't know, and obviously, as I said, it is important that we do look to address that as soon as we possibly can. But while the result's frustrating, we have got to take the positives, and luckily for us, it is a relatively quick turnaround before the FA Trophy game against Boston. Whether that goes ahead on Saturday or not, that ultimately just depends on the weather over the next couple of days. Hopefully the temperatures will be relatively kind to us, and we can play it on Saturday. Then obviously you'll have a full week to prepare for the Braintree home game, which is the next league game. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Saturday with that Gateshead versus Boston United game. So an FA Trophy tie competition that served us well over the last couple of years. Can we get ourselves into the 5th round? Check back on Saturday to find out. But until then, take care, cheers for watching. See you later.